Hello everyone, welcome to one of my tutorials where today I'll be showing you how to create a signature, make it digital. So what I've done is I took a piece of paper and then I just signed, then took a picture, then I imported it into Illustrator. So this is the signature that I did. So I want to take this and make it a vector that I can use to sign off pictures, PDF documents, stuff like that. So the first thing that I want to do is to put this picture on a separate layer. Okay, so if I come up here on the right side, if I come to the layers tab, if I open it, you can see it's saying it's layer 1. So go down here, click here to create another layer. Okay, so this layer is the one that I want to use as the template layer. So I'll pull it down, pull it below. Then with this selected, what I can simply do is if I drop down here, this blue icon indicates that it's selected. So I can just drag it, put it in this layer. Now it's on layer 2. That's why you see these guides, these indicators, they have the same color as my layer here. So next thing is I'm going to bring down the opacity to, let's see, 80%. Let me make it 50%. Yeah, that looks fine. And then the second thing is I'm going to lock this layer so that I don't move it or anything, right? Now let me select layer 1 again, and then I can collapse that panel. Now I can start drawing. Zooming in, right here I'm holding shift and then click and drag to position this. Okay, so I select my pen tool, then I start drawing. So there's so many ways that this pen tool can work. I'm going to be showing you as I'm drawing. So what I'll be doing is I'm starting here. Okay, just click once, right? Now where this path curves like this, just by the apex here. Okay, if I click here, then I hold the click and drag, I'll create a bezier point. So I want it to be like that. Okay, if I release, go to the next point somewhere here where it starts to curve, then I just do that. Okay, so all I'm simply doing is clicking and dragging. Okay, right, this point, click. Okay, there's something that I want to show you. If I click a point that I feel like I was not supposed to click here, but I wanted to click somewhere, as I'm holding the mouse button, I can hold shift and then I can move it to a place where I feel okay. I want it here, release shift, and then there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to continue drawing until I get to the everything correct. And the other thing, I want to click here, but if you notice that my curve is not going to be exactly following this path. Okay, so I'm just going to press Ctrl Z to undo that. Then if I hold Control, you'll notice that the pen tool disappears. Now I have the direct selection tool. I can reduce this handle here just a bit, just like that. Okay, let go. If I let go of Control, I'm back to my pen tool. Then I can continue drawing like that. There we go. Now when I reach here, I want to go this way. So if you click again on that anchor point, it is going to reset the curve that you were doing. Okay, so that you can continue drawing. Yeah, it's going to come like this. Okay, then I'll end it. Yeah, now I want to finish here. I can just click escape to finish this part, then I start again. Sorry about that. Right, now that I'm done, oh sorry, I'm not done yet. I need to do this one. Okay, now that I'm done, I can hide this layer that is at the back. Then I'll work with my path now. So do that. You see this eye icon here. If you click here, it disappears, it's gone. Select my layer 1, then I go back. Now the reason why I'm doing this is I want to clean up any curves that are not as perfect. Now starting from this side, this looks fine, but here it looks like it needs some touch up, so I'm going to just adjust that, just make it a bit smooth. Okay, this looks fine. This E looks a bit off, so I'm just going to work on it. See if I can let's make it okay like that. Right, fine. Right, certain points where you see that it's not exactly smooth is where you just be adjusting like that. Yeah. Okay, that is it. And another trick is, if you cannot get it as smooth, there's a tool here called the smooth tool, or if you don't see it, if you click this little corner here, you can select it. Okay, so with this selected, if you come here and then you want to make this as round as possible, just click and drag along the path like that, roughly, then it will do the work for you. Okay, cool. Now we move on to the next step. What I want to do now is to thicken the path. Okay, but before I do that, you see these edges here, right, for the path. I want to make all of them smooth. Okay, so I'm going to select everything, come to the stroke menu, click it, then click round cap. Okay, so if I zoom in, see that it's round. Okay, was selected. Before it was like this. Okay, if I round it off, it's like that. Right, cool. Now we move on to the next step. Back on stroke again, I want to make these corners. Let me see if I can make them round and see how it looks. So if I click stroke, select that, see what happens. It rounds it off, make it smooth. Okay, now I want to bring back the template layer that I was working with, just make it visible. Okay, now I want to make this one invisible. Right, when you notice here, you see that the natural flow of a pen when you're writing is the edges, right? Yeah, they're thin, and then as you sign, it becomes thick, right? It goes and then thin again. So that's what we want to emulate on our signature, on all of them. Okay, so to do that, let me bring back this one, deselect that. I'm going to select all of the parts, right? And then if I come to, let me collapse this, if I come to stroke, right, the stroke menu, if you go to profile here, you just select here, see there are different types of profiles. If I select this one, you see what happens. It changes the profile of the stroke, making the edges thin and the middle part thick. So if I select everything again, I want to make it a bit thick for everything, I can just then dial up the stroke width here, maybe do something like this. See, there we go, now it's coming up. Now all that I'm simply doing now is to just clean up the signature. I just want to push this one a bit. Let me see if this looks okay to me. So now it's just a matter of cleaning up. Yeah, see, this one is my signature. Okay, I don't want, okay, I don't like the way this E and the N are coming out. Okay, so if you go to your toolbar here, there's a tool called the width tool. Okay, so what it does, it can alter the width of your stroke. Okay, so this one, you see what happens here. Let me zoom in. Okay, you see when I just over here, it gives me these extra some extra handles here. So if I click and drag inwards, you see it's adjusting the width of this. Okay, also I can, like here you see it has the same profile here. If I thicken this a bit, I can even create another point as well. Okay, by just clicking on any point, then I increase the thickness. Okay, I just want this part to be thick. This one, let me make it a bit thin, like that. You see, so now I'm customizing my signature on the profiles of this one. I want to make this part a bit thick, so I'm just gonna click and drag here. So you see what's happening. Okay, this A, the same thing. You can do this on any part of the path where you want to adjust. Okay, let me clean up this one here. It doesn't look okay to me. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, fine. I think I'm done with the signature. Now for the applications. Okay, now this one, what you can do is let me just group everything. Okay, I'm just going to reduce the size of the artboard to sort of like fit just the signature part only. So I'll come to the artboard tool here, click it. Now that it's selected, I can just reduce it, fit it like that. Okay, now I'm done. So I want to create two versions of my signature, one that is black and one that is white. So I'll select the artboard tool again, and then without if I hold on out on my keyboard and then click and drag, what I'm doing is I'm copying the artboard as well as the artwork there. Then if I hold shift, it will just maintain everything in a straight line. Click here. Okay, once I'm done, go back to my selection tool. Now I'm going to make this version white, so I just select everything, go back to the stroke, make it white. Okay, now you cannot see it, but it's there and it's white. If I move it here, you see, there it is. Control Z to bring it back. Now what I want to do now is to save my file as PNG. Okay, because we are going to be using our signature in Photoshop. This is an example that I'm giving you, but you can save it as an SVG, an EPS, or PDF, whatever you prefer. Okay, so I'm going to go to File, Export, Export As. Let me go to my desktop. Let's see, Documents. Let me just save it here. Okay, I'll name this signature. Okay, let me create a new folder. Just save it in this new folder. So yeah, if I choose use artboards, all of them, that is going to be the black version and the white version. Okay, then I export color mode. Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to save as a PNG. No, export, sorry, file, export, export as new folder. This one I change it to PNG. Use artboards. Okay, both of them, export. Now resolution is 300, the background is transparent. I'm okay with this. Just click OK. Right, so what I'm going to do now is to show you an example of how I can use this signature. Okay, so I've got Photoshop open. Let me just open it. This is a picture that I took some while back, so I'm going to use the signature here. This is an example of those who are in photography and then you want to sign off your pictures. So if I go to, let me see, let me just go to documents. Let me open my, where is it? Right, there I have my two signatures. Okay, so depending on the background. You see this one is a bit dark on Photoshop, so I'll use the light version of the signature. So if I just click and drag it, yeah, see, there is my signature. Just simply position it, not like it here. If I want to decrease the size or increase it, that is fine. That, click OK, then there we have it, boom. Okay, so now I have my signature. This is an example that I've used to use it in Photoshop. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click a like, and you can also subscribe for me to continue making these tutorials for you.